Hey everybody, what's up? Circus here, coming at you with this month's new player video. We like to do these things every month because the game changes so much that we like to keep the information as current as possible. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Like I said, my name's Circus and this is Duel Entertainment. And if you don't know who we are, we started out as Twitch streamers over on Twitch, obviously. And then we opened up a YouTube channel where we like to focus on competitive play, deck discussions, helping new players get into the game. We got a great Discord you can join. Everything's free. So make sure to check that out. But we do this every month because, like I said, everything changes in the game. We like to keep the information current, and we want to make sure that you get a good start to the game, okay? So here on the channel, we do things a little bit differently than a lot of other channels. We like to have like a staples first approach, it's called. So we're going to get into that in a little bit here, but I always like to start these videos off with a little bit of advice for new players, all right? And my first piece of advice, surprise, surprise, is get your staples. And people, if you're new to the game, you might say, what are staples? And they're cards that are gonna last a long time. They've been in the game for years and years, and they're gonna fit into just about any deck. So when you're starting out the game, you're not gonna have a real large card pool, and having these in your card pool will allow you to go from one deck to the next and do that very easily, because you're gonna find, there's what's called the core of a deck, and then you got back row, things like that. And the staples are typically back row, and you can buy the core of a deck, put these staples on top of it, and bam, you're good to go. So that's why we always preach these first, because these typically don't get hit by the limited list, which happens a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! So in the game, if Konami decides that a card is too strong, they'll put it on a limit list, and then it limits how much you can play in the deck. So these cards typically don't get hit by that list. So that's why we recommend these above any other cards to start your account with, okay? I know it's not as sexy, and a lot of people don't like this approach, but we are very happy with this approach, and so are the people that use it. So that's why we stand behind it, okay? So my next piece of advice would be, don't buy a deck. This should almost be number one, okay? Because a lot of times when people first start the game, they're like, what deck should I buy? And people just start recommending decks to them. And I think that's a problem, because for a couple of reasons. You're new to the game, you don't know how the game works really, maybe, or what kind of different decks there even are. There's different deck types. What kind of player you're going to be. Are you going to be someone that likes to play one-turn kill decks, where you try to kill your opponent as fast as you can? Do you want to be a control player where you play the game a little bit more slow and you try to control the board? And then there's a style of deck called mid-range, where it's kind of a combination of both, and there's a lot to learn in the game. So the last thing you want to do is right away just buy a deck. And a lot of people will say, hey, what deck should I get? And people will answer right away like, you should get this deck, go get it. And most of the time what they're telling you is the deck they like to play, not necessarily the deck that's best for you, okay? So keep that in mind. So don't get a deck right away. We're gonna get staples, we're gonna save gems, and then you can kind of figure out what's going on in the game. Then you can make a purchase, So the next piece of advice would be wary of advice, especially from people like me. I'm just kidding. I am the one person you can trust. Don't trust me. No, but seriously, be wary of advice, because I think a lot of people, everybody's got an opinion, right? So don't just take an opinion at face value. So if you watch this video and you don't agree with anything I say, then don't use it. You know what I mean? You don't have to. But just remember, when you're on places like in Discords, and you're in, let's say, our Duel Links on Reddit, anybody can give an opinion. That doesn't mean it's always an educated opinion. So just be wary of the advice they get. Like down in the YouTube comments, I see people in our last new player video recommending that you get Sylvans. And if you're not familiar with the game, that is one of the worst pieces of advice you could possibly get right now. So I would not recommend getting Sylvans. Someday that might be funny to you, but the people that know the game know that's pretty funny. So be very wary of advice. Get multiple points of view before you move on and make a decision on anything, okay? Don't believe everything you see. That's another one. And the reason I say that is because on YouTube, there's tons of videos, right? Tons and tons of videos. And you got to learn to discern between an entertaining deck and a good deck. And I should say good deck, but something that's going to be competitive, that can actually win a lot on the ladder or in tournaments. Because a lot of times you see YouTube videos, and they're playing some kind of what we would consider maybe a meme deck or a fun deck, or I call them entertaining decks, and they're cheesing out wins on the ladder, and they're fun to watch. You know, I love watching those videos, and I like sharing them with people like, hey, check out this deck, isn't this great? But that doesn't mean it's going to be a good long-term deck, because a lot of those are taking advantage of like a situation in the meta where like certain cards do well for a while, and then the meta changes, and then that strategy or approach doesn't work anymore, and it's just not like a good long-term investment. So, and you got to realize a lot of those videos, they're kind of like cherry picking their wins, and then they added them together so it looks like the deck wins a lot, or maybe they're not showing where they are on the ladder. You know, like maybe they're playing down in the lower ranks, getting all these wins, but they make it look like, oh, look how great this deck is. So just be really wary of everything you see on YouTube. Okay, so don't go chasing decks. That's, I guess, the big lesson here. Don't go chasing every deck you see on YouTube. Okay, and then do your research. All right, do your research. And I always say that because there's lots of good places for research. We're one of them, or information. We're one of them. There's a lot of Discords. If you get into the Discord community, there's a lot of different Discords, not just ours, but there's like there's teams or clans. You know, they have their own Discords. You can get in there and get advice from them. A lot of different streamers have their own Discords, and you can get in there and get advice from different people. And, you know, top players in the community, you can ask them directly, hey, what do you think of this deck? Why do you play that deck? Things like that before you get into a deck. And you might be wondering, why do you keep saying take it slow, take it slow? Because it comes down to two things. Well, basically time and money. If you're not going to be spending money in the game, if you're going to be free to play, you're going to be spending a lot of time. Okay, getting gems takes a lot of time, and you can spend them very quickly and then have buyer's remorse or be very upset and be like, oh, I can't believe I wasted all that time to get this deck and it's not very good, and now I got to start back over or restart my account, which is just even worse. So you don't want to have to do that. Okay, so make sure to do your research so that you don't end up spending wasting your time on getting a deck that you're not happy with because you wasted your gems. Okay, so make sure to do your research, and then it comes right down to don't waste your gems. That's the last one, which I kind of went through there, but these things are harder to get than money. For most people, you know, you could probably go to work, earn the money, and buy the deck faster than you use your gems. Okay, now a lot of people will complain, you know, that Konami needs to put more gems in the game. Hashtag I want my gems. To be honest, those people probably are wasting their gems. They're probably chasing decks, and they don't complete decks. I don't know how many people we see that come in the Discord and it's like, I need help, here's my deck, and they show us a deck and it's like, well, you have half the deck, where is it? It's like, well, I started building this one and then I changed my mind, I started building this one and I got a third incomplete deck, and it's like, okay, you're just jumping all over the place, you're not focused, you're wasting your gems. So that is probably one of the biggest problems we see new players have, is wasting gems. So make sure that when you are buying things, you're very targeted and focused on what you're doing. Okay, so I want to take a second here and talk about the staple cards that I mentioned, and we're going to go into the Duel Studio and take a look at them. So I'm going to go under the card catalog. I'm going to bring up basically we have a holy trinity right now of cards that we recommend in the beginning that you get. And the first one is Canadia, Paleozoic Canadia. And this card has been around for a very long time in the game, and it's a great card to have. Everybody should have 3 of them in their collection. Okay, this is a great back row card. Another one that we recommend wholeheartedly is the Floodgate Trap Hole. So you should, spelled that wrong, you should also have 3 of these in your collection. Okay, so there you go, Floodgate Trap Hole. And then you're going to also want to have 3 Cosmic Cyclone. Okay, now this one has been limited to 3, but even at a limit of 3 in your deck, all cards are limited to 3. It's just, it prevents you from playing other cards that are limited to 3 in your deck. So 3 of these is still recommended because it's a great back row removal card. It's one of the best ones in the game. And then one that we're adding to the list right now is Karma Cut. Okay, so make sure to get 2 of these. We might say get 3 of these in the future, but right now 2 is sufficient because a lot of people feel like this card is going to be put on the semi-limited list, so you'd only be able to play 2 in your deck. So I'd start with 2 for right now and see what the next ban list brings. Okay, so remember, you want 3 Floodgate, 3 Canadian, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, and 2 Karma Cut, and these are great cards to have in any collection, all right? So, with all that out of the way, let's get into the meat of the video here and really get going. This is why you're here, right? So, starting out the game right now, we're in the 4th anniversary of Duel Links, and you're going to be getting some tickets, you're going to be getting some gems, and we're going to look at those right now, okay? So when you, this account that I have is 4 days old, and when you log in, you're going to get bonuses, you're going to get tickets. And what we're looking at here is an SR Dream Ticket. Now, you can tell the difference between a regular ticket and a Dream Ticket because it has one of these dragon heads on here. And if you missed it, I just went up to this little gift box right here, this little treasure box, and I clicked on it. Okay, and then I'm going to hit Receive All, and after I receive it, it disappeared, right? It's like, oh, where'd it go? And I'll show you right now. I went back to the gift box, and I went into Exchange Tickets, and this is where they're hiding. So here are all the tickets I've received since starting the account for the past 4 days. Okay, so I got right here, this is a normal SR ticket, super rare, and then here's a ultra rare ticket. This is a dream ticket, so this is a very good card or ticket to have. This is worth a lot of money because it's going to allow you to pluck a card out of an ultra rare card out of a box, and those are, depending on the box, they can be very expensive to get. So here's that SR dream ticket. That's going to do the same thing for us. And then we got other UR and SR. These are prismatics. These are all free. We got all these for login bonuses, and that's what all these are. This is a skill ticket. We're going to save that for as long as possible. We don't need that right now. Okay. And then we're going to start building a deck. Now, if you're joining this game before January 24th, basically, there's what's called a half-price gem sale, and we're going to get into that, okay? So all certain boxes are on sale where you can use the gems, and it's half price. It's great, but they're the older boxes, okay? If you're watching this video after that point and the half-price gem sale is over, what we're going to do here is going to be a little bit different, okay? So if it's before January 24th and the half-price gem sale is still going on, do not do this part, okay? This is your UR Dream Ticket. If the half-price gem sale is going on, you're going to save this dream ticket, okay? Do not spend it. Do not spend it. Hang on to it. If it's after January 24th, this is what you want to do with it, all right? You're going to go here, and you're going to go and get Floodgate Trap Hole, okay? Because this is a great card to have in your collection. You're going to want 3 eventually. We're going to get 1. Now, this is not in a great box, and that's why we're going to use a UR Dream Ticket to pluck it right out of there and not have to worry about it. And this, look at this, it's even glossy. That's great. See the little flash? Yep, there you go. So I'm going to get that. Now remember, if the half-price gem sale is going on, we're going to go after other staple cards and we use our gems for that, okay? And then we're going to hang on to that dream ticket, because right now with the half-price gem sale, you're going to be able to get these staples really quick, and then you can use your UR dream ticket later down the road, okay? But if the half-price gem sale is over, you can use that on a floodgate. Now the SR Dream Ticket, same kind of concept here. We have no problem right now recommending, where is it? Where is it? I should just search by name. It would be so much easier. Karma. There it is. Karma Cut. This is a great trap in the game. It's one of the best currently in the game. You're going to grab one of these, and we have no problem recommending this one for you to get right away. So get yourself a Karma Cut right in there. One of the best traps in the game right now, okay? And now we're going to start building the deck that we're going to use long term for farming the events, farming PvP and PvE, okay? So getting into the rest of this video, I want you guys to understand the deck we're going to get ready to build. This is not the deck you're going to be playing long term. This is just going to be a deck that helps you get your start in the game. It's going to help you farm gems, farm events. You're going to farm PvP to save up more gems to get the deck you want down the road. The one that you're going to do research on. The one you're going to join Discords and talk to people about. The one that you're not going to watch YouTube videos and chase their crazy OTK deck, okay? The one that you're going to take your time and really figure out what's the best deck for you. We're going to use this deck to get that deck, okay? So we're going to go right here to this prismatic UR ticket, and what we're going to do here is we're going to get the Paladin first, okay? We're going to play Amazons. We're going to get Amazon as Paladin. And the reason we're grabbing her here is because she's a little bit of more of a rare card. You'll see there's all these different tickets. They might all be URs, but they come from different events. Okay, so this is the app installation appreciation URs. And then the one we got was like a login bonus UR. Here's the, that was the 4th anniversary, right? The 4th anniversary ticket, app installation, 4th anniversary campaign. I mean, they all have different card pools. So that's why we gotta grab the cards where they are. Okay, so like right here, she's not in here. That paladin is not in here. So that's why we had to make sure to get that with our prismatic UR. Okay, so then we're gonna grab 3 princesses, because she is one of our, what we call a starter in the deck. A very important card to have. So we're gonna grab 3 of her. Okay, and then we're gonna go into these SRs here, and this is where we're gonna get a lot of the stuff. So we're gonna get Amazona Sage. We're gonna get 2 Swordswomen, and you can see this is a semi-limited card because it's a very, very good card, very broken back in the day. We're gonna get 1 Amazona's Tiger, and then we're gonna get a Willpower. Okay, and then we're gonna confirm. There you go. And I believe that's everything we need from tickets right here. Let's just check one more time. That is everything. We could get a second Willpower if we wanted to put that in the deck, if we need one later on. I don't have a problem getting one. You can always wait to see if you want one. So I'm just going to grab a second one just in case we need it. And then the rest of these tickets, you can just sit on for right now. You can decide what to do with them later. Honestly, there's not a lot of great stuff in them. But there's some stuff you can have fun with in there, okay? But don't worry about spending them right now. Just watch their dates on here. You can see until June 30th, 2021, sorry. And then January 31st, 2022. So just watch the dates when they expire, and then you can go in and use them, okay? So now we have basically half the deck. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over, and we're going to go in here. And we're going to go into the boxes. This is the shop. I'm sorry I did that a little quick. So at the bottom here, we have all the different things, all the different parts of the world. Here's the gate. This is the PvP arena, the shop, and then the card catalog, or the Duel studio, they call it. So we're going to go to the shop, and we're going to go click on the door right here and go inside. It's just like your local card store, isn't it great? And we're going to go to boxes, and we're going to scroll down here. And this is where we get controversial, because we're going to tell you to go after a certain card right here. And box number 11, Valiant Souls. We're going to go after the Paleozoic Canadia. It's in this box, and this box is on sale right here. Sale duration, January 24th, 2021, okay? So I can tell it's on sale because there's 10 packs for 250 gems. Usually this is 500, okay? So that's how we know this is on sale. If it says 10 packs for 500, you're no longer in the sale, okay? This would be 1 pack for 50. Now, if you look right here, this is the card we're after. We want 3 of these, and it's going to be a lot easier to get because everything's half price. So we're going to chase after this card, okay? Also in this box are a couple of cards we need, and they're near the bottom here, I do believe. I always do this every video. Everybody laughs at me every time because I always go past me. Here we go. Amazona's Onslaught. This is one of the key cards in the deck. We need one of these. And it's so good that it's limited to 1. You can only play 1 in the deck. And then the Amazona's Baby Tiger. We need 1 of these, okay? So we're going to get these while we're pulling for the Canadia. And that's why we recommend the Amazona's deck, because you're going to get them as you go along. Now, if we get lucky, we might get this guy here, Masked Hero Anki. And we might get some mask changes, and if we do, we can build a secondary deck with those. But that is not our main focus. We are not here to play heroes, and we're really not here to play Amazons. We're really just here to get these Canadias, okay? I can't stress that enough. Amazons is not a long-term deck, but we're going to try to get these Canadias, and we'll see how my luck is. I never pull one of these Canadias on, during these videos, but we're going to do it this time. I can feel it. We'll skip along here, get through these packs. All right, we did not get it, but we did get the Amazona's Baby Tiger. We did get this continuous spell that we can use in the deck if you want to. I'm not a big fan of it. A lot of people get upset that I don't use it. I'm just not a big fan of that one. But you can use that, and we'll build the deck here in a little bit. All right. Come on, Canadia. Oh, come on now. We did get double cyclone, so we're going to definitely use that as back roll removal. Nothing else that's really that great. Okay, come on, Canada. Oh, come on. Konami just knows I'm making this video and does not want to help me out at all. All right, here we go. No. Konami, come on. Here we go. This is it. This is the one. I can feel it. Oh, man. All right, so we haven't got the Onslaught yet either, but we did get Backup Riders. These are good cards for your auto-dueling decks, and you could probably use it in the Amazoness deck if that's what you have, because we're going to build a deck with what we have. Okay, so we're not going to go out of our way to optimize this deck. Oh, that was a good pull. We got an Anki. We got a Needle Ceiling. These are both great cards, but it's still not the ones we want. It's still not the Canadian. We still need the Onslaught, too. I don't think I've ever done one of these where I haven't got the Onslaught. We got to get the Onslaught. Come on. Or did we get the Onslaught and I didn't notice? That could have happened. Let's check. No. No. So the way you can check is you can click on cards you own, and then we'll go down and look at it again and see. No, zero. Zero. Okay, so here we go again. Come on. How hard is it to get like a rarity card in a box? Oh, Konami's laughing at me. We got mass change. Looks like we're building heroes. Come on. All right. What do we get here? There it is. We got the Onslaught. We got a second mass chain. I might build a hero deck alongside of the Amazoness one in this one just because we've gotten stuff for it. We've actually got really good pulls for building that hero deck, which is a good auto-dueling deck. Okay, okay. We're still not getting that Canadian. Wow. Thanks. Thanks, Konami. Come on. Oh, I got a prismatic. Is it any good? No. No, you will never use this, but it is prismatic, so there you go. All right, so this is going to be the last pull because I'm going to show you the hero deck in this video just because I've pulled everything for it. All right, purchase. Come on, Canada. All right, so this isn't actually a bad card either. I'm not really complaining. These pulls really weren't that bad. We just didn't get the Canada in the video again. But let's look what we got here. We got, look at all of that. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 URs. That's not bad. I'm not complaining about that at all. We got the double cyclones. What else did we get? We didn't get the blast with chain this time. That's a fun little cheese card that we could have used. But not bad pulls, not what we want. Remember, we're into this really just for the 3 Canada. And this is a great time to do it because of the half-price gem sale. All right, so we're going to start building the decks. Or wait, I'm going to show you one other thing. Now, you don't have to do this, okay? This is just an option just because I pulled so well with the hero decks, okay? This is just an aside. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. I'm not even recommending it, okay? I'm just saying you can if you want to. It's a secondary deck. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I pulled that that Masked Hero Anki, and the 2 mask changes, okay? Those are key cards in that deck. So I'm going to go right here to decks, and I can come down here. All the way at the bottom. Did I pass it? No, I didn't pass it yet. Where is it? Where is it? I always do this. Destiny Rulers. And I can grab this deck here for 500 gems. Now, this is up to you. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm just saying you can if you want a second deck, okay? If you want to keep pulling that for that Canada, which I would say is a good idea, you can do that. But this will give you a second deck, all right? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit skip, and I'm going to get all these cards in here. And these are going to work great with the cards that I just got, okay? So here we go. The ones we're going to use out of here are the Celestial. All right, come on now. The Drill Dark. We're going to use this Trinity. We're going to use this Vion. We got some polymerizations here. So all these are going to go into another deck. So we're going to have the Amazoness deck. We're going to have a hero deck. It's going to be a great way to start our account. So no, we're not going to copy them onto a deck. So let's get into the editor here, and we're going to start building some decks. Okay, so here we are at the Duel Studio, and we're gonna start building our deck here. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna change character. You can do this here or in the when we go into the actual Duel Studio, but we want to use Taya. Okay, Taya is unlocked. I'll show you how to do that right here under the missions. You click on it. Here we go. Come on, there we go. And if you go under World, you'll see all these like different missions that you can unlock. Taya will be a mission, so you complete the requirements for her mission and you'll unlock her, and we're going to use her to build this deck, and I'll show you why right here. So when you click on Taya, you're going to see her level 4 skill. So you want to level her up to level 4 is Holy Guard. You take no battle damage during your turn, and that's very important with this deck, and I'll show you why once we get it built and we start playing it. So we're going to click on this. We're going to right here, this little box right here, we can click on that and click on this, and this will take us right into a deck that we can start editing. Okay, so here we have a blank deck here, and we're going to start building our Amazoness deck. So we're going to go in here and we're going to type in Amazon. There we go, Amazon. Click on Amazon, and there we go. Here's all the cards that we got from the box and from our tickets. So we'll start with our starter. That's the princess, so we'll put 3 of her in. And here is the paladin. Remember her, the prismatic one. We got that. And then we'll put the sage. You can put them in any order. I'm just going through here in this order. The swordswoman. Then 1 tiger, and then 1 baby tiger. Now we have 4 baby tigers, but when you read the cards, the 2 of them, you can't have them both on the field at the same time. You can only control 1 tiger at a time. So you only really want 1 of each in the deck. So, okay, so there we go. We got the onslaught. We're going to put that in there. And then we're going to put those 2 willpowers that I got earlier, remember? And then we'll throw this 1 fighting spirit. We got that out of the box. It's glossy, very nice. And then we got to round out the deck with other cards, because right now, let's take a look at it. We have 13 cards. So we have 7 more cards that we got to put in here. And at this point, just use whatever you've pulled, okay? Actually, we can go from tickets. We're just going to say this as an incomplete deck. And right here, since we have a lot of great pulls, we can go back to our tickets here to the treasure box, exchange tickets, and we're going to go into the SRs. And then we're going to sort by traps. And then we're going to look up metal morph. Okay, just type in metal. And we're going to grab a couple of these because these work well in the beginning. They're a trap that target one face-up monster on the field. Equip this card to that target. It gains 300 attack and defense. If it attacks, it gains attack equal to the half of the attack target, which is really confusing at first, but you'll see how it works when you actually do it. So there you go. We'll grab a couple of those, and then we'll go back to our deck. There we go. Let's click on that again. We'll take us back to our deck, and there's our 2 metal morphs. So we'll throw those in there, and then let's see what else we have that we can use. So we'll click on traps and see if there's anything good here. The needle ceiling's nice, but you end up having to, when there are 4 more monsters on the field, destroy all monsters. So you might end up destroying your own, and this deck wouldn't deal very well with that. Oh yeah, there you go. I forgot about our karma cut. We got a nice karma cut. We got the floodgate. And then we can throw in shield spear, and we still need 2 more cards. So what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll look at our spells and see what we got. Did we get anything good? Did we get anything good? Oh, we can throw the backup riders in there. Or if we wanted, we could put the double cyclone. If you're running into problems with people with lots of back row, we can put these in here. You got to destroy one of your own spell and trap cards and then destroy one of theirs. So it's kind of a 2-for-1. So it's up to you. If you're running into people that are playing a lot of back row and they're really getting you, you can use a double cyclone. Or if you want to just go over top of people, you can use the backup riders if you have them. It's just whatever you have, because we're just practicing with this deck basically, okay? And then we're going to take off spells. We're going to put an extra deck. Now, we're not going to be playing our extra deck with this particular deck, but we want to make people think we might, because if you don't put any cards in it, they'll know right off the bat that you are not. So just put 5 cards of any kind in here in the extra deck, and that way it will appear that you're playing cards in your extra deck, that you plan to use them, okay? So we'll go up to our skill here, and we're gonna pick, okay, gotcha, we're gonna pick Holy Guard. Yes, and that's great because that skill synergizes very well with this deck, because you can crash your Amazons into your opponent without taking damage, and then you can banish their monsters using the Amazon Onslaught. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into the deck here, but I will release a video explaining how this deck, how to play the deck along when this video comes out too. Okay, so that's your first Amazon deck. Really cool, right? And you spent no real money and just basically tickets and a few gems, and you're going to be up and going with a pretty decent deck. So why don't we build, make sure to save it. Yeah, make sure to save it. And then we're going to go into how to build the hero deck next. Okay. All right, so to make things a little bit quicker, I just quickly made the deck off screen here, so you have to sit and watch me make it, but we're going to go and take a look at it here. I put it on Yami Yugi just because you can pick any character you want, but Yami Yugi, if you played enough, you can unlock a skill called Destiny Draw, which after you take a certain amount of damage, instead of your normal draw phase, you can just pick any card out of your deck, so that's really cool. Okay, so looking at this deck, this is just stuff that we got from the box and that starter deck, right? Or that structure deck, not starter deck. But here are the Celestials. These came from that deck, that starter deck, structure deck. Sorry, it's same with the Drill Darks and the Vion. Okay, and then the Ice Hero or the Ice Edge. He came from the box that we bought, the Valiant Souls. Same with these backup riders. You remember those? The Mask Changes. These are super rares. That's why we're using this deck, because those are great cards and we got them. And then you can see the double Cyclone. That was from that box. This is that structure deck we bought, so we have one of those in there. And then that back row. These are kind of like poor man staples right now. And that's why we recommend staples in general, is because you can put them into any decks. So imagine we had like 3 Floodgate and a couple Karma Cuts and some Canadias. We just throw them right in the deck and we're going. And that's the point behind staples, all right? So the other reason we built this deck is because we got Masked Hero Anki. This was just a broken card in the game for a very long time. Since we pulled one of those, I thought we could build the deck along with the 2 Mask Changes. This came in that structure deck that we bought. And then Ice Hero Vapor. And then he was from the Valiant Souls box. And then Dangerous is also from the structure deck. So I believe so, right? Structure deck? Yes, Destiny Rulers. So basically the way this deck works is you get these little heroes out, and then you use your Mask Changes on them, and that will turn them into the big heroes like Anki and Mask Hero Vapor. Or you can use the Vion, this guy right here. When you summon him, he's able to search out the polymerization, and you can use him, or use that poly, to bring out your Trinity or your Destiny Hero Dangerous. All right, so I'm gonna make a separate video on that, so that you can see how that works. 2 great decks to have in the beginning, and that's how you're going to get your start. You're going to have an Amazon deck, and you can have a hero deck, possibly. You don't have to make the hero deck. Please, if you don't pull the cards, don't go out of your way to make it. But if you pull those cards like I did, and you want a second deck, it's something you can do, all right? Okay, so now that we have the decks built, you have your Amazon deck and possibly a hero deck. Remember, you don't have to do that, okay? Just if you have the stuff to do it, you can. So then you want to get your staples, you want to get the 3 Floodgates, but remember, save that UR Dream Ticket if the half-price gem sale's going on. You want to get 3 Canadias. Remember, don't use your UR Dream Ticket on. You go with the half-price gem sale for right now. And then get the 3 Cosmic Cyclone, all right? Same thing. Use your half-price gem sale. Then you want to get your Karma Cuts. Okay, you want to get 2 of those. Don't get a 3rd one right now. We're going to wait and see what happens with the ban list, okay? So really, that's all there is to it. I hope this helps you guys get started really well with your account, so that you aren't frustrated and that you have a good way to get into the game, and it'll make you want to keep playing the game and love it as much as we do here at Duel Links Entertainment. So make sure to get into our Discord. It's free. Always will be, so you can get in there and get a lot of advice from our new player helpers in our new player help channel. You can check us out on Twitch. We have tournaments going on, so you can see other decks getting played, and you can say, hey, I like that one. I like the play style of that one. Yeah, and that's really about it. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm Circus. You should get in our Discord, and I'll see you next time.